It is Tuesday, November 1st today. I know that because it's the day after Halloween, and it's 1:21 p.m. I just got out of class and ate lunch, and I'm about to head to the gym. But I posted this picture on Instagram yesterday and asked you guys if you had any questions because I really wanted to film a Q&A, and I got way more than I expected. And I really don't have time to sit down and answer them all today. So I was thinking, why don't I just like answer them as I go through the rest of my day, and we'll see how far we get. So I know there's a lot of like fun questions, and there's also some more like fitness and like eating disorder, relationship with food, recovery type questions, but we're just gonna like go through them in order because I don't have time to sort through all of them. So with that, let's get started. From Kate's_battle. What was your favorite Halloween costume you've ever worn, and what about your favorite candy? Halloween costume. Freshman year of college, I was Winnie the Pooh characters with all my best friends, and I was Piglet, and it was so freaking cute. And Halloween candy, 1 second. Every day, always. I really like Snickers and Butterfinger too, but Reese's. Next question from Ava Jancic, who's from Slovenia. That's really cool. Okay, she said, how did you overcome the fear of the scale going up? And do you have any tips on reducing appetite? So, fear of scale going up, I think it just takes practice and getting used to seeing it go up and just trying to realize it's just a number. Like, I could weigh X and you could weigh the same amount and it would look totally different, and it has nothing to do with your self-worth, and you just have to keep reminding yourself of that. But honestly, just practice. And as far as appetite, I don't think you can reduce appetite. Like, I have a big appetite, I always will, but it's just learning to satisfy it. Oh, hello. It's just learning to satisfy it. So choosing foods that are one, higher in fiber and like more filling, and two, just like adding more volume to your food through stuff like, like vegetables, like lower calorie food, just that'll keep you full. Okay, we're gonna answer one more before I head to the gym. Isn't the lighting in my parking garage great? Lottie_bikini said, if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Honestly, I've seen this question asked in so many Q&As, and I'm always like, what would I choose? Because if it was like my favorite food, burger and sweet potato fries, hands down. But I need to eat breakfast, and I can't eat dinner food for breakfast. So could I choose just like breakfast food in general, like pancakes, eggs, hash browns? That would be it. Just all day, every day. I could do that for sure. If someone asked what my favorite song was, this would be it. It never gets old. But I'm just finishing my pre-workout, so I thought, why not answer a few more questions? Let's do like workout related ones. Okay. Rita Miranda, I freaking love you. Girl said, how could you be so freaking awesome? I'm not. And she says, let us know your favorite leg exercises. So right now I'm like specifically focusing on glutes and hamstrings, so my two favorites are just heavy hip thrusts and glute kickbacks. Okay, Alicia Clark says, will easy workouts with a ton of total sets build muscle? So even if you're using lighter weight and doing a lot of sets and reps, it should still be hard. If your workout feels easy, you're probably not making progress or building muscle. Let's do one more. Kristen.Colleen_fit says, favorite upper body and favorite lower body workout. So I don't know if you mean like exercises. That's what I'm gonna talk about though. So I said for lower body, kickbacks and hip thrusts. I don't know, there's just something about humping there that gets me every time. Just kidding. Actually so awkward, but those are my two favorites for lower body. And upper body is, I really just like doing like lateral raises. They're like just seeing your shoulders in the mirror. Freaking love it. And then like lat pull downs. I love doing those too. Those are probably my two favorite upper body. So yeah. And one more before we get started. I'm procrastinating, waiting for the pre-workout to kick in. 17fit asked, favorite movie or TV show? Not really like a movie person, but any chick. Two girls or something. And we're back, and this is relevant. I just got home from the gym, and I am making my post-workout meal. AJane101, hi girl, I love you, asked, what's your favorite nut butter? Guys, I'm so basic when it comes to nut butter. Like, I love all the fancy ones, like Nuts and More and Lion's Choice. Like, those are all good. But my two favorites, Kroger, their natural peanut butter, creamy and crunchy, and Trader Joe's, raw almond butter. Those are my two favorites. Next question that is very relevant right now is from Caitlin B. Fit, and she says, how many grams of protein / carbs do you recommend post-workout? And honestly, I say it totally depends on your macros. I think carb and protein timing comes a lot more into play when you're on lower macros, but I'd say as a good standby is like 50-ish% of your carbs between pre and post-workout, and then make sure, like, protein, it honestly depends. If you're a big guy, you're gonna be eating a lot more protein post-workout than a small girl like me. But here, this is what I'm eating post-workout. So I have 2 rice cakes with peanut butter and banana, and then rice checks with PE Science, chocolate cupcake protein, and cashew milk. And I believe the macros for that meal are 88 carbs, 22 protein, and 19 fat. So, there you go, that's that. Do something. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat this now, but that was a good question. Okay, let's answer a few more while I'm eating. L.A. Critchin said, what advice would you give to a girl during a bulk who wants to remain lean like you? And I got a few about that, like how to avoid a puffy face or like bloating, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to avoid like a lot of fat gain, which it's gonna happen, like I've definitely gained fat, what's important is to make sure you're not in too high of a surplus. So weigh yourself consistently. If you're gaining weight super fast, you can lower your macros a little bit. It's really not that complex. And the puffy face, people gain weight in different places. Like, my face has definitely gotten rounder. I'm getting little cheeks, but that's just part of it. Like, some people, that's the first place they gain weight. Some people's faces stay pretty lean. It just really depends. Let's see. Let's do one more. Healthy Anne's Life said, what would be your dream job? And I got a few people asking what I'm studying, what I want to do. So I'm a business administration and econ double major, and I have no idea what I want to do. I should probably figure that out soon because I graduate in 1 semester. But honestly, I think what ideally I would like to do is something with like social digital marketing. I don't know. I love that kind of stuff, and I definitely want to like do online coaching or personal training on the side. Do I think I could make a career out of it? No, I think it's really hard to make a living off of that, and some people are really lucky and can do that. But I think for me, it's like my passion. I definitely want to do it, but I don't know if I would make a career out of it. So I'm gonna finish because I have some progress to make. Okay, we're about to go run some errands, but I'm in sloth mode. And we're gonna answer a couple questions before I go. So, Morgan Temusin, I hope I said that right, said, do you have any eating disorder thoughts, or would you consider yourself 100% recovered? Do I have eating disorder thoughts? I wouldn't say I do. Yes, I have days where I wake up with worse body image or feel bloated or I'm not hungry, but I think that that's stuff that like everyone deals with, and it doesn't affect me to the point where it affects my actions or the way I think of myself or my self-worth. Would I consider myself recovered? I don't think that anyone who's ever like truly struggled with an eating disorder is ever like recovered. I would say I'm in recovery. I live a recovered life. but I think that my eating disorder will always be part of me. Like, those memories will always be a part of who I am. And let's do one more because there's a lot of questions to get through. Powered by Tofu said, have you ever had your body fat tested? If not, do you plan on doing that when you eventually cut? No, I've never had my body fat tested. I don't think I'd ever go out of my way to have my body fat tested. I think, like, I don't feel that there's a reason to, like, put a number on my body fat. Next question, as we head into the grocery store. Kira_Angelica, hey girl, we actually went to treatment together. She says, hi Lexi, you're beautiful and I miss you. I miss you too, and you're beautiful. And she says, how long do you plan on tracking macros, and if so, when do you think you'll transition to intuitive eating? So, right now I'm tracking macros, honestly, because in order to bulk appropriately, I feel like I have to. Just otherwise I won't eat enough. And I haven't really talked about this before, but I'm planning on competing in the upcoming year, so I definitely am going to be tracking through then. But I think the minute that like physique and competition goals aren't what I'm aiming towards anymore, then I'll stop. Like, I think if I was just living a fit lifestyle, I would just intuitively eat. I don't see a reason to track macros unless you have like specific goals like that. CS Steve 16 asks, how many grams of sugar and sodium do you eat per day? And do you think it's important to track? I have no idea because I don't track, and I don't think that it is important to track those things. I think as long as you're not like living off of cookies and ice cream and guzzling salt, you're fine. Healthy_balance 5 asked, what's been your favorite part about your bulk so far? Candy. Food. Just kidding. Actually, I don't know if it's as much about like the bulk and having a lot of food or just gaining weight, but I think I've just learned how to like be more balanced and be more social and put less emphasis on like my body and what I look like, and more emphasis on the relationships I have and the person I am, and I just feel better and I'm happier, and I just feel like I have like an overall more balanced life, and part of that is just like having more food, part of it's gaining weight, part of it is having like the right people come into your place at the right time. But I think I've just grown a lot as a person in the past few months, if that makes sense. Now we at the gas station, and Just Keep Swimming V says, how tall are you? I'm 5'5" or 5'6", depending on who is measuring me in the day. And what's your favorite dessert? Pazookies. The ice cream has to be all melted. Hands down, chocolate chip. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, first of all, can we just acknowledge that I've been walking around in public like this? Next, while I fill up with gas. MySpace 13 says, do you ever think you could do intermittent fasting / what's your opinion on eating large quantities before bed? Because #Team Night Eaters here. I personally could never do intermittent fasting just because, like, literally since I could eat, I've been like eating literally within an hour before, like after I get up. So I could never do it, but I know it works for a lot of people, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And girl, I always eat large quantities before bed. I don't think there's anything wrong with it as long as you're not like restricting during the day. Like, you shouldn't be starving yourself during the day so you can like eat a shit ton at night. But if you're eating during the day and then you just like to eat a lot before bed, do that, do you. I just got home from the grocery store. Obviously, I had to take off my shirt because I don't wear clothes in my apartment. But thought I'd answer a couple more questions. Kale Me Nuts said, what's your best memory / tradition with your family? So I think like because it's kind of close-ish to the holidays and like thinking of holiday things, and I don't know, like on Christmas morning, my family and I, we always like wake up early, even though like my youngest sister is 18 years old. We still always like wake up early and like eat a big breakfast and drink coffee and like open presents and hang out and talk, and then we have like a big get together with my whole family every Christmas since I can remember. Which is always really, really fun. I think too, in the summer, when I lived at home, every single Saturday night, like me and my dad and my brother would grill outside, and we like live right by the beach, like Michigan, in Chicago. So then we would go swimming like when it was dark at night, every Saturday during the summer. And so those are like my two favorite family things. And then she said also, which Squarebar flavor is your favorite and how often do you eat them? So I actually pulled these out because I read these questions. These are the two new flavors. This one is chocolate covered nuts and sea salt. And then this one is chocolate coated cherry coconut. And honestly, I loved the Squarebars before. I think my favorite previous flavor was the peanut butter. But these two are like hardcore my next two favorites. But I probably only eat bars and Squarebars, whatever, like once a week-ish if I'm like on the go and eat food. So that's that. Okay, and dinner is ready. That actually looks fancy as fuck in my opinion, but it's just this. And it's the Southern barbecue pork chop, and then it came with like sweet potato hash, but I just added rice and avocado because carbs and fat, yeah? But I thought I'd answer a couple more like meal related questions. Wandering_D says, have you ever struggled with underweighing your food or constantly undercalculating your intake? And what did you do to change your mindset? I always struggle to hit my minimum out of fear. So no, I've never struggled with that. I didn't start tracking macros until I had like a really good, a lot better relationship with food. I think if you're struggling to hit your macros like mentally, then you're not in a place where you should be tracking macros, to be quite honest. If you want to, then I think you just have to like kind of suck it up and do it. Like that sounds bad, but my food's about to get cold, so I'm gonna eat that. Look how good it looks though. I'm so excited. Update. So I'm editing this video, and so far it's like 18 minutes long. So, I don't think I'm gonna answer all the questions because it'll be like 30 minutes long. But there were a lot of questions about improving your relationship with food, dealing with weight gain, measuring, like hitting your macros. And honestly, the answer to all those questions is gonna be the same. It's gonna be that it just takes work. There's no like shortcut, sadly, but that's just kind of the way it is. And then I thought I would answer the balanced peaches question, and she said, okay, first I want to say I may or may not rewatch your videos because I just love your energy. Thank you. And second, how do you balance college and the gym together? Honestly, just like a lot of planning and figuring it out. Like I'm a very routine person, so I just kind of like schedule out my week in advance and stick to it, if that makes sense. And then she said, did you reverse diet to get your macros high, or were you just genetically blessed? So reverse dieting is basically when you're in like a deficit and you're like re-amping up your metabolism and introducing food back in, but everyone's metabolism can only get to a certain threshold. I think the idea that you can like reverse diet into eating, anyone can reverse diet into eating insane amounts of food, it's just false. Like I was definitely just blessed with a fast metabolism, like my whole family kind of does. It's a blessing and a curse. And then she says, how do you manage to be so, oh, I thought it was gonna be an actual question. She said, how do you manage to be so cute? I'm literally in love with your personality. Really? I'm not that cute. Like I'm happy that you guys think I'm cute because like I like to feel cute, but I don't know. This is me. Okay, wine is ready and I'm now going to answer the last question. It is from CurlyQ562. Ooh, it rhymes. Clever. She says, favorite animal? Elephants and giraffes because they're freaking weird and that's cool. Favorite book, movie? Literally I don't know the last time I've read a book except a textbook. Movies, any chick flick, like I said earlier. 3, do you have any tips for anyone who thinks squats, deadlifts, etc. look so cool and wants to learn but have minimum gym experience? start light and focus on form. And you can find like videos and stuff on YouTube and bodybuilding.com. So that's a good place to start, but just leave your ego at the door and use really light weights so you don't injure yourself. And most importantly, if Trader Joe's ever discontinues the Green Dragon hot sauce, will you camp out and protest with me? Girl, I will be there. Signs and all. that was a good way to end this. Okay, I'm gonna drink this wine. Hopefully this isn't too long. I'm going to finish editing, but please comment and let me know if you like this, or if you like sit down Q&As better, if I should just not do any more Q&As ever again. Just tell me. And like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.